Hi there, I'm Aaron from Undoubt Studio, and today I'm going to be covering on a full, complete Facebook ads tutorial to help you get sales on your Shopify for 2023. So this is an updated Facebook ad strategy that will help you start launching your ads and start getting consistent sales for your e-commerce stores. And today I'm going to be covering on two campaigns to help you get started on Facebook ads. And the first campaign is basically a cold audience campaign. And cold audiences are basically people that have never heard of your brand before, have never interacted with your website, or they have never heard of your specific product before. And having a steady traffic from cold audiences to your website will help you get more brand awareness and capture more sales from Facebook. And the second campaign, I will be covering on retargeting strategies to help you capture those audiences that actually went to your website, they added to cart, but for some reason they just didn't take the next step and turn into a customer. So it's important to have these two campaigns in your Facebook ad campaigns, so that way you are able to make the most out of your Facebook ads budget and capture more sales into your Facebook ads. And we have been using this exact strategy to scale our stores from 0 to 10K monthly and is able to generate consistent sales using these Facebook ad campaigns. So without further ado, let's get into the Facebook ad campaigns. And inside my screen, we are in the Facebook Ads Manager, and you want to be launching your ads in the Facebook Ads Manager and not using Boost Posts, because that way you are unable to monitor your ads and analyze your data effectively. Okay, so if you are new to Facebook advertising, just go ahead to business.facebook.com and you will be inside the Facebook Ads Manager. All right, so as you can see, I'm now using a test account, so that way there's no other campaigns and you will be greeted with the same exact interface, so it doesn't confuse you. And if you are not inside this page, you can just go to the left hand corner and click on campaigns here, and you will be redirected to the campaign page. Right, so the first step to start creating your campaigns is just by creating this create button on the top left side of your Facebook Ads Manager. All right, so just click on create and you will be able to choose different campaign objective that is aligned with your goals. So right now we want to be selecting a sales campaign because ultimately we want more conversions and more people to come into our website and make a purchase on your website, right? So we have all these other different objectives such as awareness, traffic. However, we are not going to go in depth on those, and we want to just start with a sales campaign. Okay, so we just go ahead and click on continue. So in the campaign level, just go ahead and name your campaign sales campaign. And what I like to do is to add in the month, the current month in the back of the campaign name, and that way once we create different campaigns, multiple campaigns, I will know exactly when was this campaign created. All right, moving on, at the bottom here you will have advantage campaign budget. So what I like to do is to turn this off if you are just starting with Facebook ads and you want to be testing out different audiences. So if you have this turned on, basically it will allocate your budget automatically by Facebook across your different ad sets. And we don't want that because we want to be testing out our different interests. All right, so just go ahead and turn that off and hit on next. You will be redirected to the ad set level, and you can just delete the ad set name for the time being and move on to the conversion location. So for the conversion location, we have different options here. And obviously you want to be selecting your website because you want to drive traffic to your website and make them check out and purchase on your website. So moving on, we will be selecting our pixel. All right, so just go ahead and select your pixel. And for the conversion event, we want to optimize for purchases. All right, because ultimately our goal is to get a sale and to get people to purchase on our website. So if you have a warning here that says you need to verify your pixel, just go ahead and click on verify the pixel, and follow the steps to actually get your pixel installed in your Shopify store or on your website. All right. So coming down, we have the budget. So just go ahead and set your daily budget. $10 a day is a good place to start. If you don't have the budget, you can go as low as $5 per day. All right. And you want to make sure that before you run ads, you have at least enough budget to cover 7 days of testing. All right. Because you don't want to just run your ads for 1 or 2 days. You want to run it for a full week before you determine if your ads are performing or not, before cutting them off or tweaking the targeting or the ads creative. All right, so just set your daily budget, and below that you will have your audience targeting. So you can select different targeting such as the location, age, gender. And if you are selling something like a much more general product, you can just leave this broad and let Facebook decide for you. All right, unless you have a much more specific product where you sell to middle-aged women, such as luxury handbags or things like this, then you can change the age and change the gender to suit your typical customer persona. All right, so in the detailed targeting section, you can select different interests that is related to your niche. All right, so you want to be choosing things that are related to your niche. So let's say candles. All right, so you will have different interests inside Facebook which you can target. And if you don't have any idea on what kind of interest to target, you can just key in your general niche first and select that, and then just hit on suggest, and it will give you a bunch of different options that you can choose from. Right, so however, you want to just keep one interest in a single ad set. All right, because you don't want to have all these different interest inside one ad set, and ending up, if that interest actually performs and bring you sales, you are not really sure which interest actually brought in results and which one did not. Right, so you only want to have one interest in one ad set, so you know exactly what kind of interest works best for your ads. So just go ahead and cut this off, and on your right hand side here you will have your audience definition. All right, so for the audience definition, it will basically tell you the estimated audience size for this particular interest and audience targeting. So it will vary based on your location, your age range, gender, and also your detailed targeting. All right, so ideally you want to aim to have an audience size of more than 800K, because if your audience size is too small for Facebook, it will result in a very high cost per reach. So you will be paying more to reach that small tiny group of audience compared to if you are going broad and allowing Facebook to actually find specific audiences that are most likely to purchase on your website. All right, so we have a 1 million to 1.2 million audience size, and that's perfect. And you can scroll down and take a look at the estimated daily results. Right, so once you do that, you can also choose the placements. So what is recommended is to actually just leave it as Advantage Plus placements, because that way Facebook will automatically allocate all your ad set budget across multiple placements in the Meta platform. So your ads will be displayed on Facebook, it will be displayed on Instagram, Messenger, and other audience network. All right, so it will find the best way to actually get the purchase you need. Okay, so if you are not an experienced advertiser and you don't know, you don't have the data to back up why you should choose manual placement, just go ahead with Advantage Plus placements. Okay, so once you have done all your targeting and choose all your settings, just go ahead and copy that interest, and usually will name this ad set as the interest and also the audience size. All right, so that way I'm able to check back in later and understand, this particular ad set is targeting, this specific interest. All right, so that way I'm able to understand what is working, what is not, and can easily read the data and analytics on the dashboard later on. Okay, so once you have done everything, just go ahead and click on next. So we are now in the ads level. And in the ads level, the first thing you want to do is select your Facebook page, select your Instagram account, or connect an account, and you want to turn on the ad preview. Okay, so for the ad setup, you want to create an ad and choose manual upload. All right, so depending on your business type and if you know what kind of website you are using, you are able to select catalog. However, for if you are just starting out, you don't need to worry about that, and just choose manual upload and choose your format as a single image or video. Right, so moving on, we have the media here, and you want to add media, you can add an image. So for instance, candle, just like we targeted just now, I will be using this candle image. All right, so for this, we will be writing our primary text, and you just want to keep it simple and short. What I like to do is to focus on the outcomes instead of the features. So instead of telling them it is round candle, right? Instead, you're focused on the scent and what it makes you feel like. So let's say relaxing candles for your everyday use, right? So it actually highlights what you are going to get from buying this product, right? So you're going to get relaxation. So instead of calling out the features, I'm calling out the outcomes and what they are going to get from buying my candles. So you can also add in an emoji right here. So shop now. So you want to also include a link to your website on the primary text. You can also leave it out, but having that in your primary text will give the extra advantage where you can increase click-through rates, because people might click on this link here instead of clicking here, right? So the headlines, relaxing soy candles, and write in your descriptions. For example, our store is giving off a 10% off for every first order. I'm just going to include that in the description. And as you can see from the ad preview, it will look exactly like this in the Facebook feed. And you can also change it to other feeds to see how it looks on other placements, right? So the Instagram feed, Instagram marketplace. So you can actually take a look at how it looks before you actually publish this ad. And for the call to action, I usually go for shop now, and that way it is much more clear that you want them to click on the link and go and shop on your website, right? So moving on, we will be putting in our website URL, and make sure that in the tracking section you are to have website events turned on, and you have your pixel selected. All right, so basically that is it for the ad creatives, and it's very straightforward. You don't want to put in too much, where if you are just starting out, you can just have a very simple primary text, a simple headline, and a simple description. All right, to highlight your product and to help people be aware of your brand and what you are offering. Okay, so you want to keep it professional and trustworthy, and you don't want to use words that look kind of scammy and that doesn't align to your brand. Okay, so if you take a look at music here, you can turn this off. I usually turn this off, and also optimize text per person. So this is actually a new feature that is introduced by Facebook. All right. So it basically, what happens is that it will automatically optimize your headlines, your primary text and description by itself, and sometimes your headlines will be here and sometimes your primary text will be in the headline section. And I find that to be quite annoying sometimes, and it doesn't perform that well yet because it's still a new feature, and Facebook likes to test out some features, and basically it's still not that good yet. Okay, so usually I will just turn optimize text per person off, and basically that is it. So we have our ad set up. We can just name our ad as image one. All right, so for the image one, we can also copy the headline, and that way we know exactly that this ad is our first image and the headline is relaxing soy candles. All right, so once you have created your first ad, you don't want to just end there, right? So you don't want to run one campaign, one ad set, and just have one singular ad in your campaign, because it most probably it won't perform that well. Okay, so you want to just duplicate this and select original campaign. Okay, if you didn't get that last part, basically you just click on the three dots here and hit on duplicate. All right, so for this one you can change it to image 2, and basically you can delete this here, add an image, and basically I will choose a different image. Okay, done. All right, so you can also click on the edit button here and click on edit media to crop your image better. Apply, hit on next. As you can see, it's a very simple way you are able to create two different ads. So you have your image 1 here and your image 2. So you have two ads in this particular ad set, and you can go ahead and do the same thing and duplicate it. And you want to keep everything the same, the primary text, the headline and description, and be testing out just the image. All right, so you can go ahead and duplicate it and have like 5 different ads inside this particular ad set, but you don't want to overdo it and have like 10 or 20 inside with a small budget. Okay, so you just want to have a maximum of 5, but you don't want to have just one. All right, so you can have a multiple few, try out few different images, try out video, and keep the primary text the same. And once you have found one that is performing, you can always test out the primary text. So you want to test all these things out one by one instead of testing everything out simultaneously, because that way you are able to monitor your results and understand what is performing in your ads and what is not. All right, so you always want to have that strategical way of testing out your ads. So just go ahead and create all of your different variations and different ads, and basically you can go ahead and hit on publish. All right, so once you do, you will have your campaigns, your ad sets, and your ads. All right. So another tip is to actually test out different interest audiences. All right. So once you already created your ads, you can also duplicate this ad set and click on duplicate, and you can easily just duplicate this and just keep everything the same, and scroll down to the interest section and click on suggestions. So as you can see, once I targeted candles, it actually recommended me to target all these different other interests, such as gifts, interior design. So these are all related interests, but it's not too similar, such as Yankee Candle. So Yankee Candle might be too similar to candles. What I would like to do is just find other similar niche with people with similar interests to what we are originally targeted, just select that. So such as gift, and just cross our candle off. And as you can see, it is a 7 million to a 9 million audience size, and that's perfectly fine. We can just test this and paste. All right, so it's 7.6 million. As you can see, we have duplicated two different audience, two different assets. All right, so keep in mind that once you have duplicated this will be running on a $10 daily. This will also be running on a $10 daily because your Facebook ads, because your daily budget is set on the ad set level. All right, so you can also duplicate it to 5 different ad sets and try out 5 different interests, or you can just keep it at 2 or 3, up to you. All right, it highly depends on how much budget you have and how much testing you want to get done. Okay, so once you do that, you can just hit on publish, and if you came out from the page just now, you can just click on edit, click on publish, or on the top right side, review and publish. All right, however, in this case, I won't be publishing. Okay, so we have done our call audience. So this is basically our call audience. Actually, you name this your call audience. Okay, so this is your call audience campaign, and you will have your ad sets inside and your ads. So once that is done, you will be sending traffic to your website, and this showing your ads to people that have never heard of your brand before. Okay, so now once people actually go into your website, you can actually launch retargeting campaigns. So just go ahead and click on create. The same thing, go hit on sales, continue, and in the campaign name it retargeting campaign. Okay, just keep everything the same, keep advantage campaign budget off, and click on next. And in the ad set name, just keep it for later, the same thing, purchase. So pretty much the same, except for the daily budget. You want to start with a smaller daily budget, such as a $5. And in the audience section, you want to keep all of this just open. And in the custom audiences, you see here, so basically you can create a new custom audience. So just click on create new, and you want to select your source from your website. Okay, so basically just select your source from your pixel, select all website visitors, and you want to set the retention to 180 days. So what this means is that everyone that visited your website in the past 180 days will be added to this audience group, and you are able to retarget them on Facebook and on Instagram and all of Meta platforms. So you just want to name your audiences here 180 days. Okay, so go ahead and click on create audience. And once you do that, you basically are able to target people that have visited your website in the past 180 days. Okay, so the same thing, you just go ahead and create your ads, and you want to be naming your ad set as the audience. So you don't need to change the location, don't need to change the age, gender, and anything else. All right. And once you have set up your ad set, you can just go ahead and set up your ads just like before, and make sure to use a different ad creatives. All right. So you don't want to have the same ad creative to be targeting to your core audience and your retargeting audience. All right. So for the retargeting audiences, you can maybe focus on following up with a different offer and highlight your different benefits and values to actually get them through the decision phase and turn them into a customer. Okay, so your offer is very important for to get people to come back to your website and purchase. So if you are running just the same ad, they might think that, it's just the same thing. And if this is not working, then your retargeting ads will not work. All right. So that is basically how you can set up your cold audience campaign and also your retargeting campaigns to help you start getting sales from your Facebook ads to your Shopify store, to your e-commerce store, and get more sales to your business. Okay. And this is basically just a introduction and a very simple campaign structure that you can follow to start running your Facebook ads and start getting that data and analytics to your Facebook ads. And if you can see in the campaign section, you are able to set up your columns here to actually check um, how much you have spent, what results you are getting, how many people did you reach from this particular campaign, the impressions, the link clicks, how many people actually click on your ad, and the click-through rate. All right. And also, most importantly, how many people add to cart, how many actually checked out, and how many actually converted and turned into a purchase, and also the return on the ad spend. Okay, so return on ad spend is how you are able to judge if this particular campaign is working or not. So it will tell you how much you are getting back for each dollar spent. So if you are getting a 2x or 3x ROAS, it basically means that for each dollar spent on this particular campaign, you are getting back $2 or $3 in your ads. Okay, so go ahead and set it up by customizing your columns here and just set up all these useful metrics that you need for your e-commerce store. And thank you for watching. I just want to give you a bonus for finishing this video. I have a Facebook Ads Mastery course where I take my students from 0 all the way to 10K monthly, like how we did for our e-commerce store, through Facebook Ads strategy. And you can easily access my entire library where you will get access to my pre-recorded lessons where I will teach you everything about Facebook ads, the strategy, the fundamentals, so you can understand how you can actually read the Facebook ads analytics and data, and how you can actually optimize your ads and other scaling techniques to help you reach your goals. All right. So this Facebook ads course can be found in the link in the description below. And if you sign up today, you will get 60% off the entire course, and it will help you get started on running profitable Facebook ads and really take your Facebook ads to the next level and help you get consistent sales and increase your Facebook ad ROAS. So I hope that this video has been helpful on helping you set up your first Facebook ad campaigns. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I will be posting all about Facebook ads, digital marketing, and how you can get more sales to your e-commerce store.